Hi, I'm Preston Pittman. This is a series that I came up with a few years ago called Two-Face. Why Two-Face? Well, there's a hardwood and a softwood, which depending on where you call on any of these three calls, being anodized aluminum, glass, and slate, it's not going to be like, hey, I talk like this, or hey, I talk like this, but it's going to be subtle differences. The philosophy is, and the reason is that you can play with the peg, which has two different surfaces, maple and purple heart. On these calls, maple and purple heart, and get slight differences, in the sounds. I went off and forgot my sandpaper, but I'm gonna go through some basics again on pot type calls. Any soft surface, like slate, or like aluminum, or anodized aluminum, you only use a brick colored scratch pad, or Scotch-Brite is actually the technical name of it. The opposite applies on glass. You would use like an 80 grit sandpaper and or either what is known as a stone. Remember your granddaddy who got the wet rock out and was sharpening his knife? That's basically what it is. In fact, you could even, if you had a little small pocket one, the finer side, and cut this glass. Glass is real hard, so you have to cut it. You start using a rough sandpaper on aluminum or on slate, you're going to ruin it. And as I have said in previous videos, what a lot of people don't realize, and I'm going to kind of zone in because I forgot my sandpaper. For the glass, I'm going to zone in on the two softer surfaces. To heck with that old philosophy of sanding only with the grain. You're going to sit here and look and go, where's the grain at? Well, as long as you're using this Scotch-Brite brick in color, you can sand in one direction and then sand in the other. The same thing applies to anodized aluminum or aluminum. Sand in one direction, then sand in the other. Well, why am I doing that? What's really the reason for that? Well, it's real simple. You're in a hunting situation. Bird gobbles out there. He starts to leave. You want to do a little something else. He's behind a big thicket. You can get away with a little bit of movement. And you're watching, you're easing, you pick this call up. Well, if I'm sanding only with a grain, I got to sit here and turn and look and find which way the grain is because you'd be wanting to call across the grain. Well, I found out that this Scotch-Brite does not really deeply bite into a soft surface, but makes it to the point to where I don't care where this call is turned at, and I'm not looking where it's at. I know that when I put the peg on here, she's going to call. So that's the reason why I really tell every hunter, no matter what name brand call you're using, if it's a soft surface, use this Scotch-Brite, go in both directions. I promise it'll help you out in the woods. What do I want? I want slate. I'm talking about pot calls. Do I want slate? Do I want glass? Do I want aluminum? Do I want crystal? Good gosh, there's so many manufacturers out there. I'm a little partial towards Pittman game calls, so I can't imagine one. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Do you like a high-pitched voice? Do you like a low-pitched voice? Do you like a medium-range voice? That's what it's all about. They all produce a little bit different sound. Glass, crystal seems to be a little bit higher pitch, high windy days, dense foliage, heavy humidity. It seems to cut that a little bit better and reach out a little bit further. But day in and day out, the most forgiving surface is still old slate. My personal favorite is anodized aluminum. So the choice is yours. So I'm telling y'all to buy 2 or 3 different pot calls. Yeah, can't help it. That way you might run a slate one day and he doesn't like it. You might run a glass one day, he doesn't like it. And then you pull out your aluminum and he loves it. So having a variation of calls can only enhance and help your hunt whenever you go out. What's the proper care of a pot call? Watch my thumb. Y'all see that on there now? That's grease. That's oil. That will cause a peg to slip or in other words, not bite and grab. No worries though, because all you got to do is take and recondition it. Always a good idea to take your pot call, here again, no matter what the surface may be, and before the hunt, condition it. Like I said, don't forget about this Scotch-Brite. Do not use this on crystal, and do not use this on glass though. You want to use a 60 grit sandpaper. Jody actually went back and found me a little piece of it. I like the black. It's a little bit more denser sand in here and really cuts that glass a little bit more. Do not lay these up on the dashboard of your truck and let the direct sun hit them, whether the plastic or wood. Plastic will melt in heat, and y'all think about the temperature of it laying on the dashboard of your truck. Wood will swell, shrink and swell, shrink and swell. So treat it like a good piece of furniture. Take care of it. And you can hand that down to your child, and your child can hand it down to his or her child also. It can be something that is passed on and passed on and passed on. And don't throw them up against the wall. Don't throw them at your dogs. Don't drop them. Just a little common sense, as I say. So treat it like a piece of furniture and take care of it. Keep grease and oil away from it. Keep your hands off of it as much as you can. If you notice, I hold it whenever I'm running it. I hold it with my fingers wrapped around it. Now, one thing I didn't tell you is that if I do put that in the palm of my hand, I'm fixing to deaden the sound. Now watch this. Same pressure, same everything. Hear the difference in that? I'm keeping the vibration from reaching the bottom. Close in calling, long range calling, and you can even squeeze a little bit for medium range calling. Works on any name brand. You know, we're always losing our strikers, and most stores I know here at Mack's that they have spare striker packs. That's also another way, even though with our two-phase series you do have two different types of wood. It's never a bad idea if maybe you only got room in your pocket or in your vest or whatever for one call, then stick you 3 or 4 different strikers. Get you a Paduke, get you a yellow heart, get you a hickory, get you a purple heart. By having 3 or 4 or 5 different strikers, you can take one call, especially now on where you call on the call, closer to the rim, the higher pitch, more towards the middle, the lower the pitch, and you've got a whole flock of hen turkeys with one collar.